Hey everyone, it's Diego Reyes for CNN Philippines 10, where we break down major stories from here and abroad into bite-sized facts in 10 minutes. As the world watched the much-anticipated coronation of King Charles III, Filipinos from here and abroad made sure to take part in the historic royal event. For the Basingstoke Filipino choir in the United Kingdom, it was a once-in-a-generation experience to be given the opportunity to sing in front of the king. The choir group is mainly composed of Filipino healthcare workers in the UK. They were joined by 300 other choir singers during the event.
There's a big Filipino community in the UK. We're not only representing Basingstoke in general, but actually there's a big healthcare nurses in the UK.
In an interview with CNN Philippines, the choir group said they performed Brighter Days, which they said fits the event as it signals hope, not only for the UK, but for the world.
Never imagined in our lives that we will be chosen out of the 1,000 applicants for this coming coronation concert. So it's really a privilege and it's an honor. We're really gracious for the support that we're getting here from our local area, plus with our families back in the Philippines.
The royal fever was also felt in the Philippines, especially to those who attended the coronation picnic organized by the British Embassy at the Quezon City Memorial Circle. Among the attendees were Filipino-British community members who expressed optimism over King Charles' leadership. For the British ambassador, the coronation showcases the UK's rich tradition in the midst of modernity.
Extraordinary celebration in the UK, one that we're incredibly proud of. I think it shows the attachment to our traditions, to our history, to our pageantry, but it also shows that we are a modern, multicultural, multi-ethnic, multi-religious country.
Ambassador Bofill says no definite plans for now when asked if there is a chance for King Charles and Queen Camilla to visit the Philippines. Then Prince Charles visited the country in 1997. The Health Department has welcomed the World Health Organization or WHO's declaration on COVID-19 that it's no longer a public health emergency of international concern. The decision came after 3 years with more than 765 million confirmed cases and at least 7 million people dead globally. The WHO, however, warned that COVID-19 remains a health threat and that the public should not be complacent. Health experts are also advising the public to follow established health protocols of wearing a mask in crowded places and getting vaccinated.
Kailangan maingat tayo until magkaroon ng finality ang WHO kung ano ang gagawin. The PHIC is a moment of celebration, but it's also a moment also for us to reflect on how we can move forward so that we can integrate the processes so that we can prevent the next pandemic.
With fewer restrictions, cases we may see upticks in cases. But the position of the Department of Health is that as long as the healthcare system is not threatened, then there's no danger.
Meanwhile, the WHO declaration signals hope for the business sector that bore the brunt of the restrictions at the height of the pandemic. Business owners said they will remain vigilant against any threat of another virus. Pageant veteran Michelle D. of Makati City bested 37 other candidates and won the coveted Miss Universe Philippines crown. Pageantry truly runs in her blood as she is the daughter of Miss International 1979 Melanie Marquez and Miss Reina Hispano-Americana 2017 Winwin Marquez is her cousin. In 2019, D also competed abroad as Miss World Philippines. She will represent the country in the Miss Universe pageant in El Salvador later this year. And news from San Miguel Corporation. Its food unit, San Miguel Foods, has purchased over 1.3 million metric tons of corn from local farmers since 2020, amounting to 23.9 billion pesos. This move is part of its initiatives to source raw materials for its food products directly from local growers. In turn, this will help boost farm incomes, reduce the country's dependence on imports, and help achieve food self-sufficiency. The program was launched in 2020 and was designed to benefit farmers all over the country. More interesting news when we return after this short break, so keep it here on CNN Philippines. Welcome back. You're still watching CNN Philippines 10. More girl power as 18-year-old Bianca Bustamante becomes the first Filipino to win in the newly formed all-female Formula 1 Academy race. She dominated the second race of round 2 in Valencia, Spain. As young as 6, Bianca, or Bia, says she's been karting competitively.
I feel proud that I'm a woman and I'm competing here and I'm showing my mark. To see a lot of young girls following footsteps and getting inspired through my journey has been an amazing feeling.
The next round of the all-female F1 Academy race is set on May 19 to 21 in Barcelona, Spain, while the finale is slated in Austin, Texas from October 20 to 22. In other sports, here are some significant wins for the Philippines at the 2023 Southeast Asian Games. Pole vault star EJ Obiena showed once again why he's the best in Asia. The world's number 3 stamped his class by ruling the men's pole vault event for the third straight time. The 27-year-old made a splash in Phnom Penh amid the rain as he eclipsed his own SEA Games record by clearing 5.65 meters. Obiena also made the headlines when he said he plans to auction off his gold medal winning shoes from the SEA Games. He says it's all about the future of the sport here in the country. Meanwhile, in track and field, Eric Cray wins his 6th straight gold medal in the 400-meter hurdles. This is the country's 27th gold medal at the 2023 SEA Games. Fernando Casares also remains as the region's triathlon king. The Filipino-Spanish triathlete reigned supreme in the men's individual triathlon where he clocked in at 58 minutes and 32 seconds. In gymnastics, the golden boy, Carlos Yulo, becomes the country's first double gold medalist in this year's biennial meet. He captured the top spot in the men's artistic gymnastics parallel bars. Yulo recorded 14.850 points and squeaked past the 14.400 and 13.100 points of his Vietnamese and Malaysian competitors. Art is used to express a person's thoughts and emotions, but apart from this, it's also a tool to enhance mental health and even manage some psychological disorders.
So art is basically creative expression using different mediums. So we have visual art, dance, music, and many more. So art is also a way of expression and being able to explore your world in a creative manner. It's also a way to bring people together. It's something that's ingrained in our culture and something that is part of our way of life. So art is a way to bridge our internal world and our external world. So one of the great things about art is that it's very helpful, especially when words are hard to come by. So when we experience extreme emotion like overwhelm, anxiety, it's hard for us to be able to talk about what we're feeling and what we're thinking. So art is such a great way to be able to express ourselves and to be able to ignite that curiosity that's happening within us. Art is also such a personal experience. Let's say when you listen to music, there must be a reason why you like a certain type of music. What are the experiences that come up? What feelings come up? And these are the themes that are being explored in therapy. It's also very helpful to introduce therapy because therapy can be really scary. So when you try to introduce the art, it uses a strength-based approach. It's not threatening. No, it's not. It doesn't have to be exposing of what you're feeling.
Well-loved children's TV series Sesame Street recently welcomed its first Filipino Muppet. Meet TJ. He was introduced on a segment with American actor Kal Penn when they were talking about the word of the day, confidence. TJ was created in part by film animator Bobby Pontias, together with Sesame Workshop's creative director of character design, Louis Mitchell. Bobby shares he did not expect that he'd get the chance to make the Pinoy Muppet. And now for a 10-second trivia. What was the first toy ever advertised on television? Barbie doll, Mickey Mouse, Mr. Potato Head, or Teletubbies? Mr. Potato Head was the first toy ever televised. The iconic Mr. Potato Head toy was first manufactured in 1952. The toy's popularity resulted in further members of the Potato Head family being introduced, as well as the character's appearance in films such as the Toy Story franchise, Burger King advertisements, and on children's television shows. And that's it for CNN Philippines 10. I am Diego Reyes, giving you news you can use, news you can trust in 10 minutes. Thanks for joining me today, and see you again next time.